If you and your friends are sitting around having a discussion about legendary supercars and the McLaren F1 doesn't come up, get new friends. Now, we use this term a lot, but that car really was a game changer because it redefined what a road car is capable of. Now, unless your name is Jensen Button or Mr. Bean, you're not going to get behind the wheel of a McLaren anytime soon, not unless you have a few $1,000,000 lying around. At least that used to be the case, until McLaren introduced its 3-tier product lineup. Now, you want a McLaren? You got it. And here's your gateway drug, the 570S. Saying that a car that costs upwards of $185,000 is the entry-level model stretches the term attainable to its limits. But this means we're more likely to see a McLaren on the road once in a while instead of strictly in private collections. The 570S is the basis of the sports series of cars in McLaren's product lineup. As you can imagine, power and performance go up in each category. This doesn't mean that the 570S feels dulled in any way, however. Based around a carbon fiber monocell, the mid-engine 570S is clearly built for performance first and foremost. Every aspect of the bodywork has a very distinct focus on aerodynamics, from the wide grinning maw on the front that scoops up air, to the flying buttresses that channel air flowing over the roofline, to the flat underbelly and substantial rear diffuser. Every molded curve is beautiful in its functionality, like the geometry of a bird's wing flapping elegantly, translating each motion into force. Whether consciously recognizing these aspects or not, from the curves to the dihedral doors, the 570S undeniably grabs attention.
We've been driving for, I don't know, 10 minutes, and we've already had 20 or so group of people just stop to take a look at the car. In a city that's seen it all, people are still stopping and ogling the McLaren.
Underneath its seemingly alien architecture, however, beats the heart of a very terrestrial race car. A 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 sits behind the driver's head, able to churn up 562 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. There's no quiet mode on the 570S, so even in its most docile state, the engine rubble lays waste to any screed of potential subtlety. If passersby miss the looks, they'll sure to hear the sound.
The drive select is a little different. You know, you have a drive button, neutral, and reverse. Above that are the buttons that kind of engage your drive select, and this is how you customize your ride. It's not one button that says comfort, one that says sport, and everything like that. You individualize the handling and the powertrain. And this is great too because, you know, I can customize how I want. I can have track settings, you know, if I want to have all the suspension rigid and I want all the driver assists off, but I can keep the engine kind of in a more controlled state, or vice versa. I can have the engine ready to go at any point, but I can keep things in a sort of normal setting. And normal is being relative. It's not like this turns into like a comfortable luxury sedan when it's in normal. It's still very solid.
When driven with some enthusiasm, it's a beautiful cocktail of feel-good endorphins that bathe your brain in happiness, fear, and excitement all at once. Power fires to the rear wheels through a 7-speed dual clutch, which does fine when left alone, but truly sells the experience when each gear is manually flicked through. McLaren says the 570S can sprint from 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, and I wholeheartedly believe them. Punching it in the 570S is breathtaking, matched only by how well it handles through the bends. Shoed with a set of Pirelli P0 courses by default, the ride is all about performance from the ground up, no matter how refined McLaren states it can be. Along with dual wishbones in the front and rear, the system uses adaptive dampers with front and rear anti-roll bars that provide very precise rebounds over bumps. Further making sure that the 570S's shiny side stays right side up is a Bosch-developed ESC that can be passive or completely turned off by the brave or foolhardy. McLaren arguably wrote the book on torque vectoring, so it goes without saying that the 570S has a brake steer system in play, which applies force on the wheels on the inside of a turn, pulling a car into the bend like the event horizon of a black hole. With my heart in my throat through all the back roads I carved during my test, I had to remind myself that the carbon ceramic disc brakes really needed me to stand on them during speed adjustments. It certainly drives like a race car, but unfortunately it cruises like one too. When at a standstill, the high-performance engine gasps for air, kicking on fans that almost drown out its throaty rumble as they desperately try to maintain flow. Furthermore, while the interior looks as clean and elegant as the outside, it doesn't retain the same level of functionality. Driving position and visibility are excellent, but prepare to suffer the indignities that supercardom brings as a trade-off for performance. Storage space throughout is minimum. You can carry on more cargo on a commercial flight than you can fit in the 570S Coupe.
The interesting thing is that there's a 570 GT, which actually takes this spot and turns it into a trunk that sort of opens like as a hatch like that way instead of popping up that way. So it's built more for road journeys than this one is. This one is sort of like drop your backpack in the front.
Everything is very stylish and streamlined, but much of the functionality is hidden away to accomplish this. Simple things that other supercar manufacturers have sorted out are hidden in menus or controlled through strange sequences in unintuitive interfaces.
The slowest thing of this car. It's a good thing I wasn't looking for a gas station to be stranded by now.
Voice command, please.
Destination.
Voice command, please.
Destination.
Help. You can say, for example,
Are you asking for help?
It's a very cool looking interface with awesome graphics, but it's substandard to mainstream in-car tech. McLaren's Sport Series Coupe prices itself in line with other cars like the Audi R8 V10 Plus and Lamborghini Huracan 580-2, both in the ballpark of $190,000 and $205,000 respectively. Each of these offers stunning performance experiences in their own rights, but manage to equally handle the daily comfort side of things as well, particularly the Audi. Still, we're asking practical questions about a vehicle bred first and foremost for passion. The elegance of the exterior may thinly veil the raw machine underneath, but the visceral experience behind the wheel betrays it completely. After all, if Prometheus handed you fire from the gods, would you even care if you got burned?